Welcome to English Makes Bold. A 17-year-old boy dialed one wrong digit on his phone. He realized his mistake and was about to hang up when an old man answered and made a simple plea. "Please, don't disconnect. I've been waiting for someone to call all day." The teenager's name was Liam Parker. He lived in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and his life at that moment was entirely consumed by the pressure of upcoming college entrance exams. He was exhausted, overwhelmed, and just wanted a quick break to call his best friend. Instead, the line connected to a silent, dimly lit house miles away. An elderly voice answered the ringing phone. "Hello?" Liam quickly apologized. "I'm sorry, sir, I have the wrong number." He pulled the phone away from his ear, but before the call dropped, the old man quietly asked, "Would you mind talking for just a minute?" Liam hesitated for a second, then replied, "Sure." A 12-minute call became the unlikely meeting point between Liam's stacks of entrance exam textbooks and Henry's quiet living room. One was racing toward a future he hadn't built yet, and the other was sitting in a home where the phone hadn't rung in days. Neither of them hung up. The old man introduced himself as Henry Collins. He was 81 years old and lived completely alone. His wife had passed away 3 years earlier, and his only son worked overseas, rarely finding the time to check in. Henry laughed softly into the receiver. "You know, today is my birthday, and you're the first person I've spoken to all day." Sitting in his room, Liam suddenly felt a heavy lump form in his throat. What was supposed to be a polite 1-minute apology stretched into an hour-long conversation. They talked about baseball. They traded opinions on old movies and favorite foods. Liam vented about school, and Henry offered quiet perspective on life. Before finally hanging up, Henry smiled through the phone. "You accidentally made an old man very happy today." Liam realized he was smiling too. "I'm glad I dialed the wrong number," he told him. They didn't share a single life experience or even a zip code. Yet by the time the line went dead, the distance between an 81-year-old widower and a high school senior had vanished because they both chose to stay on the line. The following weekend, Liam picked up his phone and dialed Henry's number again. This time, it was entirely on purpose. Soon, that single phone call became a fixed tradition. Every Sunday evening, the teenager and the 81-year-old would talk. Henry would share vivid stories from his younger days, painting pictures of a world Liam had never seen. In return, Liam detailed his dreams of going to college and becoming an engineer. They laughed effortlessly, trading advice and jokes. Months passed. When Liam finally graduated from high school, Henry proudly watched the ceremony from his living room through a live stream. "I wish I could clap louder," Henry joked later that night. Liam laughed. "You already do." They kept calling. Through busy exam weeks and quiet holidays, neither of them missed a Sunday. The random stranger on the other end of the line had become a surrogate grandfather. Then, on a bitter winter morning, Henry didn't answer the phone. Liam tried again the next day. The phone just rang. By the third day of silence, the routine was broken. Panic set in. Liam dropped his textbooks, grabbed his car keys, and drove 2 hours to the physical address Henry had mentioned months earlier. When Liam pulled onto the street, he saw an ambulance parked directly outside the house. Henry had suffered a mild stroke alone in his home. Fortunately, a neighbor had noticed the uncollected mail and found him in time. Later that evening, Henry slowly opened his eyes in a sterile hospital room. The first person he saw sitting beside his bed wasn't a doctor or a nurse. It was Liam. Henry smiled weakly. "I guess you really are family now." Liam held the old man's hand. "You've been family for a long time." Up until that winter, their entire relationship had existed through an earpiece. But abandoning his routine to stand in that hospital room proved the reality of their bond. They were tethered by choice. Henry recovered slowly over the following months, navigating the harsh winter and pushing through physical therapy into the spring. By the time college orientation arrived, Henry was back on his feet. He attended the event in person, walking proudly beside Liam across the sunny, crowded campus as a guardian figure. Throughout the day, faculty and other students naturally assumed Henry was Liam's biological grandfather. Neither Liam nor Henry ever bothered to correct them. Surviving the medical crisis moved them out of the digital space. They graduated from a voice on a Sunday evening to physical anchors in each other's lives. 4 years later, Liam achieved the dream he spoke about on their very first phone call. He was graduating as an engineer, and sitting proudly in the front row of the auditorium was Henry. After receiving his hard-earned diploma, Liam stepped off the stage. He bypassed his peers and his professors, walking directly to the front row to wrap Henry in a hug. When reporters asked about the elderly man cheering so loudly in the front row, they wanted to know how the two of them met. Liam smiled warmly at the cameras. "By making a mistake," he answered. He looked back at Henry and explained the philosophy he learned over the last 4 years. Sometimes the wrong number connects you to the right person. Hearing this, Henry laughed through tears of pride, reminding Liam to never be afraid of life's little accidents. Not every mistake leads to a regret. Sometimes a wrong turn or a missed digit becomes the beginning of a better chapter. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to English Makes Bold, and share it with someone who believes that kindness can start with a phone call. Thank you for watching, and remember, the best things in life often happen by accident.